Hi, good evening, all. Okay, so today's session will be about. Sorry. So it will have different functions that is part of project one. So that's what we are going to cover today. Let me get started. Hope I am audible and my screen is visible to all of you.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
audible.
Yeah. If anyone have any doubts related to graded assignment, then we'll take it at the very end. Okay. Okay. So hope you all know about the flow of. Let me first talk about the flow of the solution that is required for T1. Which pull request is this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is the flow of the application. This is our TDS server that sends request with task ID, and then your endpoint has to create code for that uses it will have two part, which is round one, and then so this request goes from round one. So this is round one. First we send a request, then you generate code, and then it goes back to your application. Then you need to create a GitHub repo. This is for round one. Okay. Once you have created the GitHub repo, then you push that code, and I mean it also need to have a MIT license and README. All these files must be there. Then GitHub pages you need to enable. Okay. Then once you have created the GitHub pages, we will run the evaluations. For evaluations, you must send a uh, response to our IITM TDS server in 10 minutes itself. So then we'll send another request. That request contains uh, up- information about updating your endpoint, and then that will again use GPT, and then it will modify the same report. Okay. So students, and then in this whole process there will be some secret that will be shared. Now let me open the form which accepts these submissions, and what are the fields that you need to submit. So first thing, you need to deploy your application somewhere. It could be Hugging Face or some other deployment service. Okay. And once, yeah, this is one field that is required. Then I was talking about one secret. You will be sending one secret, and then we'll be receiving that secret. So that secret you need to send, so that we can, I mean the purpose of this secret is, you give the secret, we'll use this secret to send you a request. So the request that will be coming to your server will have a secret, and that secret is what you fill in here. So your application should receive a request by confirming that it's coming from our side. This is to make sure that it's coming from our side, and if somebody don't have this secret, they won't be able to access your application. Okay. Then another thing to be submitted is your GitHub page home, your GitHub home page URL, which is again it must be public by deadline at least. Where you are keeping your whole code, it must be public at least by deadline. All right. Okay. So anyone have any doubts with the flow?
The whole page should be public or only that folder?
Yeah. So wherever you keep your code for project one, it
It's
must
a
be
sir, whole repo, na sir. Whole repo we can publish it.
Pardon?
yeah, your repo that contains project one code.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. That
I'm not
means
talking
that
about
Certainly does
that
not
repo
need
will
the
be public.
ELU,
Only
right?
that repo should be public, right?
Yeah, yeah.
that repo must be public, and then the repo that is being created by this request, this also has to be public, because
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
we cannot access,
Uh,
and you won't be even able to use GitHub pages.
am I audible? Hello.
And it is necessary to get this repo with SSH keys only, or HTTP will also work. HTTP
Yeah, HTTP will work.
both will work, no?
Okay, so let me show you how the response would look like.
Uh,
Just wait a
Hello.
second. Just wait a second, Haman. I'll come to you. All right. Okay. So yeah. So it must be. This is your repo URL. HTTPS, then GitHub, and then backslash user, and then repo. So whatever is your. So until here, this is what gets created when using GPT. The one that you create on the fly while processing this whole request. All right. Okay. Shrikant,
Uh,
does that clarify?
Yes, got. My question was different. When we create our repo, then there are two types of security, na? Connection, SSH and HTTPS. So both connection will work for
I mean,
repository.
SSH connection is required for downloading
Folder.
repo and
Yeah,
making
yeah,
changes.
yeah, yeah.
What we
If
want you to make is we want you to create a public repo and give this in this form. If sorry, I'm putting it at the wrong place.
okay, everything should be on the repository only.
Yeah, your whole project one code must be on this repository.
Okay, okay.
Okay. You can keep it private until deadline, and before deadline, maybe 20 minutes or whatever time permits you, or maybe one day, you can make it public if you worry about
Okay,
others
okay,
using
okay.
your code. Okay. So,
Hello. Am I
yes,
audible?
Evan, you're audible.
I have actually created something regarding this project. So there were some
Okay.
issues I were having. Like what I've done is I've instructed the model to only create one file, and I'm saving it as index.html, and it has all inline CSS, inline JavaScript. Now the issue is that sometime what happens is the Gemini has 500 internal error, like it's from their server. The Google servers are down, and
Google server.
sometimes the context, yeah, Google server, and sometimes the context runs out. So
Okay.
like,
When,
these are the issue.
for
And if you
reasons you are
allow me, I
using,
can.
no, I mean, yeah. So for
Uh,
what reason you are using Google server?
no, basically, I'm using Gemini, right? So I'm calling Gemini. So I'm using the API key for the Gemini. It's 2.5 Pro. So it has outage for like longer times. It can go for outage.
Okay, so better you use AI pipe. This is what we
Yeah, I
provide.
did. I did saw it today, and there was one more doubt. Like, does AI Pipe has the internet capabilities? Can it go on? Like, if I give it a GitHub repo, can it go to the raw content and extract it? Does it allow all these things?
No, it doesn't allow you to get the GitHub content. I mean, I don't think so. I'm not sure. I have never tested it.
So, like,
But
currently,
just
what I'm
with
doing is,
just you can use.
currently what I'm doing is now from Gemini, I'm using URL context. So I just supply the raw GitHub URL, and it just extracts all the needed HTML to be changed.
Yeah, you can
And
create
it
one.
does that.
You can create one GitHub repository, create some files over there, and test if AI pipe allows you or not.
because I did see the README for the AI pipe, the documentation. It doesn't have anything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about if AI pipe have capabilities for. I mean, it's at the end using uh,
Yeah, it's using
chat
it's actually
models.
no, it's also using Gemini. So I
Yeah,
just
it has Gemini models. I'm aware about that. I'm not sure if it directly reads from GitHub repos.
like most of the time when it's able to accept context and go around into URL, because what I'm doing is, let's say today I tried giving it a problem statement to solve a three to make a 3JS texture. So it did do that, but it required me to link the 3JS documentation in the attachments.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Then I'm now starting the session.
Hello, sir.
Who was that? I don't know. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, I was having a doubt in secret key. Can you explain me the use? Because one
I,
secret key
okay. I
you
will
have.
explain it as part of the process.
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay. This is yes, and then this is Ashwin's. So I have created one directory which is for storing all the files for project one, and I will create two sites, which is student side, and then another is instructor side. Okay, so yeah, and we'll talk about what will be there in instructor side and what is there at the student side. And most of the time I will be only working in this student directory. I will only require. I mean, instructor is required to send a request, so that code I will put it in instructor. All right. So this is your main.py for FastAPI server. Yes, Shubhrat.
Sir, I wanted to ask that every time I open my bash, I get this error. Can I put this error in the chat so like you can see? I get it every time, and I've been getting it since we did that Podman thing. So I think probably because of that, if
Okay,
you
I will.
can.
I will talk about these things at the end. Okay, you can put it, and I will have a look at in the end of the session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, Niladri, is it related to what I'm doing?
Question is where to use the JavaScript and how it will assist in the workflow.
Okay, that part we are not going to cover today. We'll have a different session for that.
Sir, I asked that whether we should do in parallel or we should observe and then we should do at our own. Which one is
Okay,
better?
first you observe what I'm doing, and then you do
Okay,
it when
okay, okay, fine. It will be
सर
better.
आप कौन सा वाला पार्ट पहले समझाना चाह रहे हो?
it will be mostly about the student part, what you guys have to do. Okay, so this is just for dependencies, and we need fast API. Okay, and these two things are required for starting of the server, and then yeah, app instantiation and post. Yeah, now what happens is on your endpoint, which is your student endpoint, will send a request, and that request will have this JSON.
So slightly, whenever we switch now, we do not understand what exactly we are doing.
Okay,
we
shall
are
I?
required to do the project, no, sir. So we must whatever when we search, no, we do after that than this. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay, sure.
just
So
slightly slow.
okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so we'll be sending a request in this format, which is this is the endpoint that you fill via form, right? So on this endpoint, we'll send a request, and that request will have a JSON in this particular format, and yeah, this is what comes to your endpoint, right? And it's a post request. So this is what I'm going to do now. I will create a post endpoint that takes these fields. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
this request will be sent by the student, no?
Which request? This one.
This JSON what? Upper. Yes, sir.
This one. Yeah, this will come to your
It
endpoint.
will come to us.
This is what we are going to send you.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So now I am going to create a post endpoint because you need to accept this request. IATM server is sending this request to you, and you need to access this request. So for that, I am going to create a post endpoint that takes a JSON object with following fields, and fields are email, then secret, then task, and then round, then nonce, brief, then
जो लिख रहे हो
checks.
लिख नहीं रहा वो शायद।
Okay, is my screen not visible?
Your screen is visible,
It
sir,
is visible.
but where we are seeing, we are not getting.
Yes.
Okay, where you are searching this secrets and this email, and in the code whatever given by the instructor to ourselves.
Okay, so I'm picking these keys from here.
Okay, all the keys you will take.
Yes, I'm taking
Right.
all these
Okay,
keys,
okay, fine. Okay,
and I'm just
okay,
putting
got
it
it.
here. And this is just a comment, okay?
Yeah, I got it. But we
And
must
this,
know.
yeah, okay. So checks is an array. So I'm just putting this over here, and then evaluation URL, and then it's attachments, which is array with object with fields name and URL. Okay, yeah, it have got these two fields, so this is what I have kept so far. Now I will create a endpoint. This is to handle request that is coming from IATM server. So this is a name that I have just kept. And now we are getting the data over here. Now let's test first if we are able to send this task.
This endpoint name is anonymous. Any name you can give.
Yeah, this endpoint thing is anonymous. Any name that you can give and submit
Okay,
the same URL over here
okay, good.
that you want us to
URL
host.
of
Okay.
your API. Okay.
Yeah, URL of the endpoint
Uh,
that you have hosted.
why is it in async? Like, does it need to be in asynchronous? Why is it in asynchronous? The code you have
Sorry.
written, the code you have written, the function is defined as asynchronous. Is it necessary to be in asynchronous?
I mean, that is for handling multiple different. This is for concurrency. You can even remove it because we are not going to do
Yeah, we are not
concurrent.
concurrent, right? That was my doubt. Like, is it gonna happen? Like, we are making multiple calls to the server. If we are just
That
making,
is for concurrency. Yeah, you can remove. I mean, we won't be sending you multiple calls at once.
oh,
It will be single threaded.
oh, thanks.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when are you going to send the request? Like immediately after filling up the form, or is there any specific, like for just for testing? Like how can I test my endpoint, right? Because the basic JSON that you provided in that It doesn't have any tasks. So,
Uh, there are three examples at the very end. These are the example templates.
oh, okay, okay.
Okay, some of fields. Yeah, these are the public test cases. You can try these out.
We
Uh,
can send this from the instructor.
Yeah, this is what you can send while testing your application.
Okay.
Okay.
so they were like there are going to be two requests, right?
Yeah, there will be two
One
requests. One is to create your application, and another is to modify changes to your application. So there are
exactly.
two
So
parts. One is round one, and then another is round two. And we are capturing this round field over here.
okay, and
Okay.
when our endpoint is going to get evaluated exactly
It will be after deadline.
After submission, after deadline.
after the deadline. Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, sir.
And probably immediately after deadline, which I'm not sure about, but maybe immediately.
Okay,
Okay, so
sir.
this is just a, I mean, it doesn't have nothing much over here. It just takes the uh, request and then it returns the data back. And now let's send a request from here. Then, yeah, this I don't need. I need to send request from here. So I need requests module. Define send task, and I'm going to copy this, paste here, and these ones I can remove now. These are comments that I am removing.
You are removing the comments.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
removing the. Okay, this is JSON payload that we'll be sending, and we'll be sending it to your endpoint. So
we would be getting the checks also. Like we can tell the models what are the checks, right? The automated checks that we can do.
yeah, these checks are also being sent to your endpoint.
Oh, so we can actually like pre-tell the server the model that what we will do, right?
Yes, you can pre-tell the server, or even you can run the testing scripts in your server itself wherever you are running. But make sure that we get a response back in 10 minutes. Until that requirement is fulfilled, you can even test it out. Okay, yeah, this is what. Okay, and now I'm sending one post request to this particular service because it's running on 8000 port and it have got this particular
That's what
endpoint.
the post request. What is the request? Post the URL of that, right?
Yeah, URL is localhost 8000 and handle root.
Yeah, and JSON is the payload.
And yeah, JSON is the payload. Okay, now I need to go to student P1 and then student and okay, now the server have started up. Now let's go to instructor side and let's run this send task, but send task won't run until I run it. So I'm going to run this now, and right now it's not for any specific student. This is just a template. Okay, and let me put something here. Okay, let it be like this. Dot 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 is also fine. Let's not change now.
One thing I'm very confused. What is like what do we have to do with the nuance? Like I was not able to find like what to do
What
with
would
that.
be?
No ones, no ones. What to do with the no ones key?
Yeah, it's yeah.
No
Okay,
ones.
NNC.
Get this one.
Okay, so it's been generated using UUID 7 module.
Acha, that's a unique
It's,
token. That's a
yeah,
unique.
that's a unique one.
Okay, to verify, like it's for you to maintain. Okay, understood.
Yeah, that's for us to maintain.
Oh, okay.
Just in case if we
तो
decide to
स्टूडेंट
test.
सर तो
Sorry,
स्टूडेंट वाला कैसे बनाना है?
sorry.
हाँ
All right, okay. So now I'm going to send the task. And yeah, so it has sent the task, and we have got this response, and it's email, student, secret, and all these things are coming over here. Okay. So now we are able to get this request.
Instructor has sent this task, no?
Yeah, instructor have sent this task, and this is how we are going to send.
Okay.
Okay, this is coming from IITM server. I mean, I'm just trying to replicate
Okay.
how the request will be coming. Okay, now
सर
you are
स्टूडेंट
able to read the request. Why? Because you sent the, I mean, in your response, you included data, and that data is what we sent you, and you send that data back. That means you are able to read the data, right? Okay,
Pardon, pardon.
yeah. Now you are able to access what we sent you, right? You are able to see the fields that we have sent you.
Okay, it means okay.
Okay, now I'm going to do other bits of it,
No, but
which
this is
is
in the same folder, no? Though that's why we are able to see. No?
no. This student is in student folder, and then this send task is in instructor folder.
Okay, now you are in the main file. Okay.
Yeah, right now I'm in the main file, which is in student folder.
Main file is all different server and the instructor is different server.
Yeah, they are two different servers.
Just a minute.
Because
Which port
main.py
is that?
is your server, right? And
Yeah.
sendtask.py,
Uh,
this is what we are sending request.
this is 8,000, no? Port is 8,000.
No. This one I haven't associated with any server right now. I'm just sending a request. I mean, this has to be a server, but let's not worry about that. I just wanted
Okay.
to send a request as of now.
Okay.
Just simulate the task of what request we'll be sending to you.
Sir, I missed a lot, sir, because I was in another class. So anything that because after this, will I be able to understand what you're saying? Just wanted a recap, sir.
Yeah. So Geeta, you will be able to understand it from recording,
Okay.
and you will even be able to understand from here onwards. Okay, you haven't missed much.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So far, anyone have any doubts with what I have done?
No.
All right. Okay. So now let's move to the next bits, which is now it comes in rounds, right? I told you about round. So that's what now we are going to
Unicorn
test.
is underlined. A broken line is showing unicorn. Is
Broken line.
required to
Which
be
broken line?
unicorn. In the name is equal to main. This broken line.
Yeah, that's because I'm not in any virtual environment or uh,
Okay.
yeah.
सर
So
इसके
that's
अंदर
the real line.
ईमेल सीक्रेट ये जो हमें भेजना होगा तो वो कैसे होएगा?
Okay, I will talk about it, Mayank, my user.
हाँ, जैसे अभी हम पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहे हैं तो वहाँ
Okay,
पे
what is happening is you are able to see this request, right? This secret. This is what we are going to send. Like if this is, let's say you filled this particular form and you give us this secret. Now this secret we are going to send this request, and that you need to validate it over here.
हमें
One.
हमें तो नहीं मेंशन करना ना इस पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट में. I mentioned
No, you
that.
will have to validate it. Okay, I will put how to do that. Okay?
सीक्रेट तो हमें गूगल फॉर्म्स में देना है ना.
Yes, you need to provide us in the Google form, but somehow you need to validate it, right? Though, so you
Uh,
are able to understand what is purpose of this secret,
Okay, fine.
which is to make sure that this is coming from right source. What might happen is other students might get your API endpoint, and then they might submit the same endpoint. And if they don't have this secret, then now we have got the secret from this Google form, but they don't have the secret. That means now if they use it, it's still yeah. Now they will also be submitting this form, but they don't know your secret until you haven't told them. So now if they don't know your secret, then they cannot use your endpoint to submit.
Sir, this secret is like we have to create it, or is it like the code generated secret?
The secret is something you submit via this
I
form.
can give anything there.
It can be anything, your
It
name,
is a
or it
password.
can
It
be
is a
something.
But
password.
if
It's
I,
like
It
a
is a
password.
password.
I can
Okay.
show
Correct,
some
it's like
code
your
as
password.
a
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Hemant.
मेरा डाउट
um,
अभी भी सर क्लियर नहीं हुआ.
I can show some code, like I've written the application, so I have the secret thing set up. So if
All right, okay. I'm going to put it in this application itself. How we are
oh, okay,
handling the secret. Okay.
you have to.
मेरा
And so
डाउट अभी
one
भी
more thing.
क्लियर नहीं.
I was talking about the GitHub patch. Currently, what I've done is that whatever the repo that become is on my account. So we have to make it on personal account, not the repo for the application that we are doing from the AI model.
That repo can be on any GitHub account. It doesn't have to be associated with a specific account.
Oh, I have done it on my personal account because I'm
That
using my
works.
personal PAT tokens.
That works. Okay, yeah, Manoj.
सर एक सेकंड सर. जो अभी मैंने क्वेश्चन किया था जिसमें ईमेल्स और सब कुछ मेंशन था, राइट? सो फर्स्ट पेज तो जो सभी का रिक्वेस्ट होएगा वो ऑलमोस्ट सभी का सेम तो नहीं होएगा. सो फर्स्ट पेज में हम क्या मेंशन कर रहे हैं? जो पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट है उसके अंदर ईमेल्स और ये हमें पर्सनली मेंशन करना है कि नहीं?
This is the request that we are going to send because we have the request. This email we already have, right? This comes from this.
और ये ठीक है. और तो ये डिप्लॉयमेंट करना है हमारे को मेन पेज को.
No, no. This instructor side is not that you need to implement. You need to implement this student side. This is what I'm going.
Student.
This is what I'm just replicating. What request we are going to send you. Is that okay?
स्टूडेंट साइड में क्या करना है?
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to talk about now. What
Sir,
you guys have to do at the student side.
good
Sir,
evening, sir.
If you can let me go ahead.
sir, after this class, is it possible for you to make a document like what from our side what we need to do, like steps or something like that?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, any changes that I do in this student named directory is what you guys need to do almost.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just 1 second, sir. Actually, I got stuck in some tragedy, so I got late by half an hour. So just a few points so that I can understand your rest of the lecture, and I will watch the video. Just let me know where are you, sir?
Okay, so far
Brief,
we
sir.
haven't done anything. We have created a fast API server that takes a request on handle task, and that is a post request that is coming, and that request is what we are going to send you. So, and that request simulation is what I was showing. I haven't done anything much right now. Okay,
Okay,
you will
basically,
be
sir,
able to follow from here.
yeah, whatever request you will send to our API, that you are just giving the demo of that, sir.
Yeah. That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, these recordings you can get it from YouTube or from Calendar. So
Okay, sir, please can we move ahead?
sure. Okay, now we need to validate this secret that comes. Validate the secret, and let me create a function for this. Define validate secret, and as of now, let's return secret is equal to the secret that you have submitted via gform, which is what we submit. And now, if not validate, so yeah, this is invalid secret. If validate secret is not getting you, I mean, if the secret is not valid, or if what you have submitted via GForm is uh, if the request does not have that specific secret, then don't process that request, and we have already put a return over here and nothing will get processed. And now else means,
in a students folder, na?
yeah, this is for your student folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this is coming into the else block, right? Now we need to process the task since it's from the valid person. Okay, now we need to also, yeah, so now okay, let me create two different functions that is for handling round one and pass.
Line number 12, 13, and 14 just checks whether is key is correct or not, right?
Yes. So now I'm creating two different functions that is for round one and round two, and we are going to redirect from the correct to the correct round. So depending on the respective function, and now if, all right, okay. So now we are going to call this round one function if it was round one request, and otherwise we are going to call this round two function. And what will be there in these round one and round two functions, we are going to put in those things in some time. Okay. So now, so now what happens in round one was it generates the code which is specific. It creates the repo, and that enables the GitHub pages as well, right?
जिवराज जी, सर ये कोलैब पे पेस्ट कर दो ना,
What you are talking about?
ये स्टूडेंट वाला कोलैब पे पेस्ट कर दो.
Um,
Main.com.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share this code. I will discuss with Carlton, and if it is allowed, I will send it to you via Discord.
सर ये तो
So,
मतलब आप हमें कोलैब से इजी हो जाएगा ना.
No. I'm talking about whether I'm allowed to do it or not.
is it
I'm not sure if
necessary to
I'm
hard
allowed to
code
do
the
it.
routes?
सर डिस्प्ले कर रहे हो तो उसमें अलाउड ही तो है, मतलब उसमें कोई चीटिंग थोड़ी है.
Let's talk about that later.
Sir, is it
If it
necessary
is
to
some
hard
doubt,
code the
then only
routes?
you ask. Yes, Iman.
Sir, is it necessary to hard code the routes? Like what I have done is, particularly I'm looking if the same repo exists or not. I'm assigning the name of the key value of task to the repo, and if the same repo exists, I refactor the code. So it
I mean,
necessary.
it's all about your logic. If
Uh,
logic sounds correct to you, you can go ahead with.
no, that's why I'm asking. Like, is the task repo name, or we have to generate a unique name every time if it's wrong?
Sorry. Come again.
Like currently what my logic does is if the round is, I don't care about round, like my logic doesn't not have anything related to round. So
Hmm.
what happened is it let's say the round is one, the task is captcha solver. Okay, so if it's the first time there is no repo named captcha solver, it will make the repo, it will add the code and everything is good. But again, if you send round one with the same task name, because what I've done is I've taken the task name and I've created that as a repo, so then it will refactor it even if it's round one. So is that fine? Or we have to, have unique names?
Okay, so I haven't quite understood what you said, but
Uh,
if it sounds promising to you, if you think logic is correct, logically you are doing things well, then you can go ahead.
well, it is correct because I don't think you would be, sending same task name twice for round one. Like
Uh,
captcha solver round one two times.
or
I
else you
think so.
can use this nuance, which is what gets created with UUID 7.
That's also a good thing. I can check for the
You
nuance. If
can
the
put this
nuance is good.
nuance and task name in the repo name.
I got that.
That will 100% make sure that it's unique.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can make that. That seems more plausible.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question about the repo, sir. So in the form, no, we are giving the name of the repo, right? So what is the purpose of that, sir?
Yeah, that. Yeah, okay.
Because we are dynamically creating a repo, right?
No, not that dynamic repo. It is for storing this whole code. This whole code I'm going to store somewhere, right? This code you are going to deploy somewhere. The same code you keep it in your GitHub repo,
Ah, okay, okay,
not
So
the
can you
one
paste
that
that
gets
in
created
code in
dynamically.
chat box?
okay.
ये
Jivraj,
कोड चैट बॉक्स पे पेस्ट कर सकते हो आप.
Jivraj,
Okay, let me get started this session.
small thing, Jivraj here.
Guys, can you let him continue, please?
Please
I
continue and
think so Jivraj, one small thing over there. When
Okay.
you go back over there to the file where you are writing that code,
Yes.
so in that, for example, this thing will again like bring in the main app where I will be writing a response code for the LLM, like if I'm getting this correct.
Yeah. So I will come to how you use LLM, and that I will just for now. I mean, that will be part of the session, and we'll
Okay.
put some placeholder, and that placeholder will going to fill in some other session.
Okay.
Okay, but LLM usage will be there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now I'm going to create. Yeah, I have these two functions, and in this round one, we need to create the GitHub repo, right? So that's also we need a function that creates a GitHub repo, and yeah, for now let's just pass it, and then another is which is enable GitHub pages. And again, this is just a empty function as of now, and now we are going to fill these functions up. And then you also need to push code to your repository. So push files to repo, and this is also a placeholder as of now. Now, instead of hard coding this over here, since you are going to put it in the GitHub repo and that repo is going to be public, instead of hard coding it over here, I need to get this from environment. So now I will make a slight update into this code so that it picks it up from environment and get is it env, and then
Also explain, sir, what you are importing and what purpose is that for import and what it will do in our code. Like you have imported OS, so what it will do and what is the purpose?
Yeah, so and that's what I told you, so that you don't hard code your the secret that you submit via form. If you hard code it over here, and then you are also submitting your GitHub repo. Now what happens is people can see this is your secret, and they can get access to this, and they can submit the same secret.
Okay,
You
okay.
understand that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that you pick it from environment. Now, yeah, so that it's not visible in your GitHub repo. To remove the visibility from GitHub repo.
Okay, okay.
Now I'm going to export secret, and this works in any place where you deploy. Right now I'm exporting it like this. Every deployment provider, which is Hugging Face or Wurzel, anything, they allow you to put secrets in there to use. Okay.
But in that a student folder on the GitHub, it must be there all the deployed, right? The installation should be there, huh? Like a requirements.txt. So the FastAPI and
Okay,
script.
let me show you why we need your code.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so this is what is it happens is this is for that GitHub page that you send, that gets created on the fly, and this is for code quality, which is whatever repo you have submitted. It must have this MIT license, and then it must have these README and other code files, and we'll use LLM to check the code quality. We'll give your files to LLM. We won't be running your server again. So we'll just
Oh,
give it to LLM, and then that
just a
will
second.
evaluate you on your.
These license and all are needed for my repo. I thought it was the repo I'm creating dynamically. So I did have done a lot of stuff to create readme.md and license.md in my app. So it's for my particular GitHub repo. It's not for the dynamic repo. Are you getting my point?
Can we move ahead?
Sure.
And it's for the dynamic one.
Okay.
Okay, so secret is what I'm going to put now, and the secret is the same one that you have submitted from the form. And now let me rerun the server. Now it okay, let me now tweak this secret just to test if things are working fine. Yeah, okay, it gets us invalid secret. That's cool. Now let's make it same back, and this time if I run it again, yeah, okay, it works fine. So now we are going to put some code over here that is for creating the GitHub repo. And while running the round one, this is where I will have to create the GitHub repo. And then there will another functions will also be there, which is write code with LLM. And that will have OpenAI calls for creating files and all those things, which won't be part of this session. So what will happen is we'll have to write code using LLM. Then you will also have to create that GitHub repo. Okay. And then you also have to enable GitHub pages. And probably, I'm not sure if I need to also create one, define, deploy GitHub pages, and deploy GitHub pages as well. So these are the four functions that I need to create. That is for writing code with LLM. Once the code is there, then you create the GitHub repo, you enable the pages, you deploy it to GitHub pages, and then you push files to that repo.
Enabling and deploy can be the same, right? You don't need to have two functions, right?
Enabling and yeah, it might be. We might remove it.
Because how the GitHub API handles it, like they have just given a post request to post to the it's a certain link and it's owner/repo, and then you
Okay,
post
I
that.
haven't tested it right now. If we don't require it, we'll delete it.
Okay.
Okay, these are just placeholder as of now. I'm going to slowly fill them.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So far, everyone is okay with it, right? What this flow is.
After doing the code, you will check it also on the GitHub through GitHub, no?
Yeah, I'm going to check it via this browser. All right, okay. So let's now, yeah. So these are different functions, and right now most of them doesn't have anything. And now we are going to fill in this write code with LLM. We are going to take a separate session because you guys don't know how to use LLM via API calls. So right now I'm just putting pass over here. Okay, so let's and yeah. Yeah, okay, so this GitHub repo name we need to pass from here. So what I'm going to do is whatever data I get, I'm going to pass it to these functions, which is round one and round two, so that these name of the task and nuance and all these things are available to these functions. Now I get this data here, and while creating this GitHub repo, I will need to provide the name of the GitHub repo, right? Whatever GitHub repo you create, you need to provide the name of that GitHub repo. So that name, let's put it task, which is because this task is going to be unique one, a unique task ID, and then underscore data. Okay, f string.
Well, if the task is unique, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to create a repo name with this bit. Okay, so now use git okay, yeah, so this is the function that I'm going to call, and it takes a GitHub repo name API to create a repo with the given name. And since you are creating a GitHub repo, right? Now, if you want to create a GitHub repo, you need to have authentication to that particular account. I mean, that means this you must be authenticated, right? Right now, there is nothing that lets you create anything on GitHub because it's not identifying your GitHub. This is your GitHub account. It must identify that. So for that purpose, we will be using tokens. Okay, so now I'm going to bring that token concept over here, which is GitHub underscore token, and which is it reads it from the environment the same way. Now we have to put this into our environment. So export GitHub token, and yeah, its spelling must be same. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Now I'm going to create one GitHub token. So click on this icon, then go to settings, and then from settings I go to developer settings. And from developer settings, it's personal access token. And before, so I'm going to create a token from here. Continue.
Fine grain token was that?
Yeah, this is fine grained token. I will show you what are the other things you can use. This is TDS P1 2025 term 3, and this is for all repos. And I'm the owner, and I'm not sure about what all permissions I need as of now.
And you are creating token for this particular repository.
No, for the purpose of project one.
Okay.
And that's why I have kept this name TDS P1, and then third term at 2025.
Okay, this is the name of the project.
No, it
No,
can
no.
be anything.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay,
have to be.
token name. It is a token name.
Yeah, so that I know what is purpose of this token, because I have multiple tokens.
Got it.
Yeah. Once I get evaluated on project one, I can delete this token.
This is the name of the token. This is not the token. Token will be generated, right?
Yeah, token will be generated.
Okay, this is the name of the token. Identification. Okay.
That is identifier.
Got it.
Okay, I don't know what all permissions I need. So, okay, let's first, yeah, we can create it, and we'll put the permissions later.
Yeah, but it should be given, na? Okay, what permission we should grant?
We'll edit it later. We can edit the permissions.
Okay, fine.
So this GitHub token, you put it in your environment. Now it's readable by this script, and it's not even hard-coded in this code. So in your GitHub repo, it won't be visible. All right, okay. Now let's restart the server, and now let's work on using GitHub API to create the repo. So for that, I need HTTPX. HTTPX is used for sending requests, or I will just use requests. That's also fine. And then request dot post, and this is the URL that I need to send, and GitHub token, I need to put it in the headers, and in JSON. Now let's have a look at what all things are there that we can pass on to GitHub. REST API repos. Okay, so this is the documentation where all these things are listed while creating a repository. So this is for creating an repository for organization. Since we don't have organization managed account, so this is not what we are going to do. And what is the other thing?
I have sent in the message box, if you can see, pin put the link.
Okay.
This is documentation of
There was
GitHub.
one authenticated users also.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just checking out the documentation. Okay, it have authenticated user something, is it?
Yeah, there was one when you showed, no?
Oh, okay. Let me go
Create.
back.
Yeah, there
I think
was
we
one.
need that one only. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. This is perfectly. I mean, this is exactly what we need. Not for the organization, but for the authenticated users. Thanks a lot. All right. So this accepts these fields, which is name. That name we already have. Now description we can give it or we don't want to. That's fine. A home page with more information about the repository. That's also, I don't think that is required. Now private, uh, whether you want to keep it private or not. No, we don't want to keep it private. So private has to be false. Instead of keeping it here,
You
let me
can
put
keep
it.
public, no?
Yeah, that's why I have created private as false. Okay. And now let's also insert other fields. Has issues enabled, has projects. We don't need to create these two. Has wiki, has discussions, team ID. Since it's not organization, we don't need that. And then we need a readme. Yeah, that's correct, because while evaluating readme is needed. That's for code check. And we need a license as well. So let's set auto init to be true.
Uh, don't we need to create a LLM based README?
I think it will be a empty readme minimum, minimal.
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the problem statement because I did saw it somewhere, and I'm
Yeah,
pinging a
it has to
LLM.
be LLM based readme that
Okay.
provides specific information about what you have developed. We can later edit this file and license
Re-
template. Since yeah, Shrikant.
README also file is required to be edited also. After
Yeah,
that,
I mean in readme you are going to put what you have, what is the application that you have developed, right?
okay, okay,
So it cannot be empty, otherwise it doesn't provide any information.
okay.
So this, okay, this is going to be MIT. So this is what we
This
have mentioned over here. This is I am
how to
directly picking
how
from
to
here.
how to how to get this MIT license. You will explain
Yeah.
later.
No, it will directly be added via API call. This is what we are getting from this documentation of GitHub. It's handled by GitHub, yeah. Okay, and all these things should be done programmatically. Okay, this is there. What other field we might need? Merge, we don't need merge commit, rebase commit, merge, branch merge, merge. This is also for merge and has downloads. Whether downloads are enabled, that's okay. And is template, whether, okay, this is not following any template. Okay, this is fine. I think this payload is good.
Sir, is template we can use for the round 2, no sir?
Is template you can use for?
Round 2.
No, no. That this is template is required for using a specific template. I mean,
No, whether this repository acts as a template that can be used to generate.
no.
Acha, acha. I thought it is a. This will be a template for future repositories also.
No. This is not template. Now, whatever you push to this repo, I mean, you don't call it template. Template is a wrong word. It's a existing GitHub repo that is on you. Template is it comes with boilerplate, and you can fill fields and edit it. That's it. Okay, so
This is JSON data. Simple.
Yeah, this is JSON data.
Very good. Yes.
Okay, and what is the other things? And they are suggesting that we put this thing in the headers, and let's follow their suggestion. Okay. What? Okay. Yeah, this is headers, and I'm going to use headers over there. So I'm passing headers in the request, and I'm also passing the payload in the request, and this is going to create response.json. This is what I'm going to return, and that too, it depends on what the response code that we got, which is if if it's not 201, then exception, otherwise not print. Put this return over there. Okay, yeah, this is, I think this is perfect function for creating a repo. Probably this will work. I think this part we have now cracked, which is about creating a GitHub repo. Let's test this out. And other functions are not yet ready, but they have passed, so it's not going to fail anywhere. And
where we have written pass means it will pass. That function will not hurdle it, right?
That function, which one? Yeah, this
pass
means it will execute, but there is no code in it. It
okay.
won't. I mean, this is like this function doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But we are going to put something to it later.
Yeah. Pass is a code, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the only function that runs in round 1. That is for creating a GitHub repo. And now let's test this out first, whether we are able to create a GitHub repo or not. We are not worried about putting any code to it and then enabling GitHub pages, deploying, and all these things. We are not worried about these things as of now. We are just worried about creating the GitHub repo. All right. Okay. So at this point, if anyone have any doubt, you go ahead and ask.
GitHub also has a client feature. Like currently we are using Post now, but it also has, like, you can take the PAT token and wrap it with a GitHub provider, and it will have a client. You're sort of easier to manage.
Okay. GitHub provider, is that what you said?
Yeah, GitHub has a provider like we have for the authentication providers. There are multiple. They have the clients. Similarly, GitHub also has a client. You can pass in the PAT, and then you can use like client.user.repo.get content.
Oh, got you. You are talking about a module.
SDK. Yeah,
SDK. Yeah, SDK.
Yeah. Those are, that's correct. I agree with you. It's much more easier than that one. I mean, let me go here. What he's talking about is
PyGitHub for Python. There is one SDK.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me use that. I mean, I'm not going to use it because then otherwise I will have to change my old code. But yeah, this is something that you can use. I think this also allows you to create.
Yeah, it allows to create like.
Yeah.
I'm using this to build.
I mean, does it also allow you to do something to pages?
Yeah, no, for pages you have to manually call the
Because
API.
yeah,
It does not have pages
for
integration.
pages you have to call. For
Yeah,
pages you
you
have
have to
to.
call the API.
Okay, got you. So this is not. I mean, it won't provide us everything that we need, but yeah, it's something you can use. For
To
pages
shorten
enabling,
a code.
you still have to use. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now let me test whatever we have developed and whether it creates a GitHub repo or not is what we are going to test now. Hopefully it does. Send a request. Okay, we have got this error which is send task JSON decoder. Okay, this is coming from response.json on line number 29, which is this line. And okay, I will remove that. It's coming
Because I
from,
think you're not returning a JSON.
yeah, I think where its control is getting passed again here, then it goes here, and then
Yeah,
it goes here.
you're
So yeah,
returning it.
some here I will have to put a return. Round one, round one is started. Okay, and I can put something here as well. Round two is started. And this time I don't need to remove that response sources. All right. Okay. Now let's. Okay. It must have created a GitHub repo because the error was coming from this bit, but it should have created a GitHub repo because those functions already executed. So problem was because there was no return statement over here, and none response came in, and then it was trying to JSONify none. So that's why it got a error. And now let's check if we have a GitHub repo or not. It doesn't have a GitHub repo.
Like you don't have the side access. Basically, your PAT maybe not have authorized to create the
Yeah, yeah,
repo.
that's true. It happens. You
You
should
haven't
see.
added
You
any
should.
thing to
Have
your
you
PAT
given the
now.
Yeah,
scope?
got you. Okay, let me instead of this, let me just print the response dot txt, and if it's a exception, then I think that's where we'll be able to catch it. Uh, yeah. Now let me send this request again. Yeah, I think it might be something to got with permission itself. Okay, it's internal server error.
Check check the student. Basically, like maybe the student has some error.
If it's a student,
Basically, check the like student output. No, what is coming to the your backend student backend. In the terminal, there should be some output now. In the terminal, like what request is coming, what is yeah, yeah here is there.
oh, okay, got you.
Go down in the yeah
It's
personal access token
403.
resource
Yeah,
not accessible.
it's related to some
Authenticated not user no
authentication. Yeah.
resource not accessible by personal access token.
So this is getting a 403 error. And this is it.
I think you have to set some
Actually,
permissions,
you're calling. No,
at
no,
least
you're
default
calling.
permissions.
Just a second. You're calling the API wrong. In the headers, it's not token. It has to start with bearer in the
It
header.
has to start with
Bearer, and then
beer.
token.
Yeah,
Authorization and then
basically
bearer.
that's a
Oh
bearer
yeah,
token no?
that's
Bearer
correct.
token.
So yeah, sometimes you should use these things. Okay, that's now this thing is
Token
good,
should not be there.
and this token is not required. And yeah, I think okay. Did it stop?
You haven't put reload now, so it is not reloading.
I mean, if I put the reload and I save at the wrong time,
Yeah.
then it just
Yeah.
turns
Crash.
the server off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now check the output. Now check the output. Like, what is the output?
It is
Yeah,
still
still
403.
Yeah, access
It's the
token.
pad setting. It is the pad setting also. You have to go to the developer
Sir,
setting.
I
The
think
pad
you have to do the permissions.
You have enabled the permission to create the repo.
Yeah, let's edit those permissions now. Repo invitations, watching plan models, knowledge bases, status aggregates, followers, events. None of these is
Well, this was
helping.
happened
Classic
with me
has like
also. I was very confused with the fine grain, so I used
yeah, use
classic.
classic. Like classic allows
yes.
this.
Yeah, but over here it mentions fine grained also you can use, but in here I don't see any permission that will allow me.
Yeah, it was happening with me also. So I used classic token. It works
Alright,
absolutely
okay, so
fine.
I will also create the classic one. I will delete this one then. So do you remember what was the permissions that you set for the classic one?
Well,
I
I am a
allowed all.
lethargic human, so I allowed
Yeah,
all.
I allowed all.
Got you, okay.
A standard procedure should be there for such type of things.
I mean, it's there in their this thing documentation. They are mentioned fine grained tokens.
No, for this course content particularly, there should be a standard procedure to create this.
Sir, in the documentation, it is written that fine-grained token must have the following permission set: administration,
Yeah, but
repository.
that permission I was not able to see. So it
Where it is written
have
in
some
the
metadata permission. Yeah, so this one, but I was not able to figure this permission out.
And classic is much better. Like I also face issues with GitHub pages, but classic it has everything.
That is where like it's
Yes,
little bit
E3
risky to
2025.
use.
You can see it has scopes for the permission. The scopes are permission.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is for repo, the workflow. I think this also we need. Package registry, I don't think that is needed, and this also don't think is needed. This is for right organization, team membership, and projects and all these things. So this
You need the wrapper hook and the wrapper hook.
Sir, I found the permission in fine-grained token. Can I present my screen?
notification, and this is for all user data. Delete the repository. This is okay.
Sir,
Then, yes.
sir, I found the permission for the fine-grained token. It is showing it for me.
Okay, but I'm not able to see that, so I'm going with the classic token now.
If you allow, I can present my screen. And
I mean, I know you can present your screen, but still, I won't be able to do it myself, right? When I try to do it, I'm not able to see that on my screen.
When you generate it in the starting, it will show. But if you edit permissions for an existing token, it won't.
No. Even when I do it for the new one, it was not showing me.
Please.
I will show you. Okay, so this is the one.
No,
same set of permissions.
No, first select all repositories.
Okay.
And then click add and then administration.
Okay, yeah, now metadata is there.
No, at the top it is there, administration.
Yeah, you also need administration.
So yes. Repository creation.
Yeah, this also works. Continue. T3 2025. So these are the two permissions that I need, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 This is export GitHub token is equal to whatever this thing is, GITHUBTUK. Okay. Now I'm going to run it again. And let me send this task. Okay, it's still 403. Is it able to read the token? Okay, yeah, it is able to read the token. So resources not available by the person who is the token. So I don't know. Some more permissions. Must have following set of permissions. This endpoint can be used, and this is for organization. Okay. Enter the code list and create a repo for authenticated user, and then okay, we give write permissions to administrator is what is required, and probably I think we give read permission to it. Okay, I do this. Maybe regenerate. It won't let it read this, and create it again with write permissions. T1 T3 2025 and all repositories, administration. This has to be read and write, and this, yeah, this is the only permission that is required. Generate, copy, export GITHUB underscore token is equal to this one. We run the service and run this task. Okay, now it have created the GitHub repo.
Where it is?
Yeah, let's check that out. It's over here.
Okay, how did you know in the code it has created? Just explain us. We are going so fast, so you just explain again.
Okay, in code, how do you know is you get a 201 status code if it's been created. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what I have put over here, which is if the response code is not 201, that means failed to create GitHub repo, and if the response code was 201, that means it have created the GitHub repo. Okay.
Just what you did now, just explain once again the process, because a number of times we tried.
Yeah. Okay. So I required. Let me first check if yeah it's public. Then this license is MIT license or not. Yeah, it's a MIT license, which has been added. Then README, it's an empty one. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So what I did was I used GitHub token that I got from this section, which is you go to settings. Where is settings? go to settings, then you specifically go to developer settings, then you go to fine grained token, and then this is the token that was that I just created, and then it have to have administration permission set to write. So write permissions must be there for admin. So that's what while creating the token, you need to do that. And this is the code for creating the repo. These are different flags and names and all these things we have set.
On the
Okay,
token
so
page, it was coming administration permission, right?
yeah,
So just where it is. When we created the token, the which
yeah,
page is this? Repository page. Okay, the same page.
it was this page.
Yeah. When we click this, TDS, then it will come, administration. How it was coming? When you click this one.
When you click on this generate new token and then you select all repositories, then you
Okay.
go here and search for permissions and administration permission you will be able to find here. Then you set this administration permission to read and write, and then you generate it.
When you generate it, then it goes through that page and it shows administration, right?
Then it goes to which page? This page. No, this is documentation page, which I opened to see what all permissions are required.
Okay. We did it in our generation of token. Okay.
Okay, all right. So this works now. Now we need to put this enable GitHub pages code. So, okay, let me put this pass over there. Okay, for that I need to also create some dummy GitHub page so that I can test it. So that instead of this write code with LLM, I'm going to put that over there. Probably that instead of doing that, I will put a HTML over here itself. Add a file from UI and shall I do it from okay, I will push it via code instead of putting it via UI. Let's put it via code itself. Anyone have any doubts so far? Okay, so now let's go with enabling GitHub pages. Okay, takes repo name. So this function have to take repo name, which is going to be string as argument. Argument and enables the GitHub pages for that repo using GitHub API. And headers is this is headers. This is what we are going to send. And yeah, let me check this bit for pages. What are the permissions that we need for GitHub pages? This is GitHub pages and pages. Get a GitHub pages, create a GitHub pages site, and yeah, okay, that's okay. I first want the permissions. The permissions should be pages, repository permission, and administration permission to be right. So these two permissions I need. So I will delete this token again.
No, you don't need
because
to
I
delete.
cannot
You don't
edit.
need to delete access on.
You can edit the permissions.
But still, that token will get refreshed. No, it won't. Yeah, that's good. Now we.
Sometime you need to regenerate. Sometime you don't. It's very probably.
Okay. Yeah. So that's cool. I think this will work. And what is the status code if it's successfully been created? It's 201. Okay. And then what are the things that we need to pass is owner. So owner is what
owner and the repo
should be there in path itself. So this path will also have owner. It is -owner.
You can hard code like that.
Let me put my GitHub URL over here. I mean GitHub username, and then yeah, okay, this is fine. My repo name, and then build type, which is possible values are legacy and can be one of these workflow or like this program which page will be built. Okay.
I think it will be legacy one because for workflow we need to set up GitHub Actions.
Actually, you don't need anything. If you will just pass on this, it will work.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need
For
to have
that we
workflow
need
like
to set the legacy option.
It's a required field, I guess, and default is none of them. So, what is okay? Where is the? This is for GitHub pages, and where is the? Okay, payload. It's not sending payload. It's JSON and equal to payload, and payload I need to create now. And body parameter is build type. Legacy, and source is it have these two, which is branch and path. Yeah, source branch is main, and path is this one. Okay, and it's been created. Now this should enable GitHub pages, but there is nothing over here that we can test with. Okay, I will just create a dummy Git. Create a HTML that shows hello world. I want to test GitHub. Index.html. This file I have created, and so far I haven't enabled GitHub Actions from here. Not actions, such as pages. Yeah, so it doesn't have GitHub pages as of now, and now let's test the GitHub pages one, if it's able to enable GitHub pages.
I think you should first pass the create because you have already created. So I think
I should pass create.
yeah, because you have already created the same name.
I should pass create. I mean, I could not understand what you tried to mention.
Create
I'm
repo,
saying
sir.
create function repo because it will again
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. I will just comment it out,
yeah.
and I will pass this repo name to this one. Okay, this is constructed. Okay, now let's check if GitHub pages is there. This one.
It's done. Yeah, the branch is showing main. You can see the branch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's queued. So once it deploys, we'll just test.
There's one thing I'm doing in between. Like you see, this thing takes time, right? But I know what will be the URL. It will be a user ID and then the repo name and that GitHub.io. So I'm returning it by hard coding. So is that fine, or should I wait for the response?
Sorry, Hemant.
What I'm saying is that GitHub pages take time to create, right? So what I'm currently doing is as soon as I know that the workflow has been created, I pass a hard coded URL because I know the URL would be in the format HTTP, then the owner, and then slash, then project name GitHub.io. So is that fine, or should I wait for the workflow to complete the code?
No, you should not wait for workflow. I mean, until unless you want to test something. So, like in this request, you also get these checks, right? If you want to create a evaluator, so you get 10 minutes time. If you
The
want to test
evaluator
something
is
out,
hard to create.
then
I
you
think
need
it
that
would be the
pages.
evaluator would be very hard to create now because I've seen there are dynamic checks. Sometimes it's asking for it in a certain file there is certain keyword or not. Sometimes it is that there are certain files or not. I don't think a checker would be possible for a use case.
Yeah, these evaluations are hard to create, but you get the checks. So using LLM can create, but
Yeah, that
it's
can be
hard
done.
job
Yeah, LLMs can
for it
actually.
to as well. Okay, so it's now able to enable the GitHub pages, and we don't need to deploy because it by default it deploys. We have got the deployment link, so this function is not required. Let me delete this function.
And the caveat is you have to first push the files entirely. So
Yeah, now I am going to push a file from this bit. So LLM is going to write those files, and we are going to push them. So this is what I'm going to do now.
So where from you push that file?
Vijay, your voice is very low.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Sorry, your voice was too low, so I could not hear anything.
He's asking
I
where.
said reconnect.
Where?
He is asking where should I push the files?
Where should you push the files? Yeah, to the newly created GitHub repo that was created as part of your request, right?
Could you once
So the
again?
index.html we will not create hard coded, right? It will come from the response of the LLM, which will be created and then pushed into the repo, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I just quickly wanted to test pages. That's why I created. Now I'm going to create that part which pushes code from this server to GitHub.
Okay, so
Yeah, Shrikant, go ahead if you want to.
Let us delete this one and index.html in our repo and then generate
Yes,
it.
yes. That's correct. That's what I'm going to do now. I mean, I'm not going to generate with LLM because LLMs we will be teaching in some other session. I'm going to hard code uh, that index.html in this script, and that's what we'll be using. Okay, because for LLM I will have to explain a lot of things, and that's not possible.
Okay, in the other session, we will other session because
That
today is
LLM part will do in other session, but now I'm going to delete this index.html and will be uh, pushing it from this bit. Okay.
this is the part of the project, no? The whole, this is the whole project is this one. This creation of this functions, 5 functions.
Yeah, this is part of project because you need to create the repo, you need to enable the GitHub pages, and then you also need to push files to GitHub. So all this is part of project.
This is the whole project, no? What you have explained today.
Yeah, this is whole workflow of project instead of and the only part is this LLM code.
Yeah, that I got. This five different functions we have to get it done, right?
Yeah, that is to interact with the GitHub workflow.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, GitHub APIs. That's what I am showing now.
For this
And what?
Yeah, for this project, this JSON file, where you will be sending?
This JSON file. Oh yeah, this is what we are going. We are sending to this endpoint, right?
No,
We
what
are
I'm
already taking the
saying,
JSON. Hello.
yeah. So whatever we have now in the our this portal, the we need to try it with our mail ID. The whatever the request is, the request JSON file. So we need to try
No,
it
no,
with
this
our
request
mail
we are
ID.
going to send.
Okay.
I mean, this email and all will get from this form that you submit, and this request is what we are going to send you. Is there something that I'm not able to understand what you are trying to ask?
Instructor will send the request with the key provided by the Google Forms by the student. Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
correct.
So, but that where is that Google form? I think I did not
Yeah,
receive.
it's in the project page itself. It's over here.
With
Oh,
a
oh,
link. We have to start with this line.
we need to
Am I
start
right?
with this. Okay.
Yeah. In the exam portal, yeah, submission portal, it will be there, right, no, sir?
Yeah, it's here. It's here. You can see
Yeah,
my
it's
cursor, right?
yeah. When you will click, the Google form will open.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will open this Google form.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
One thing, sir, more. Just explain the steps you did after that creation of the keys. Okay, the fine grained token we created. Now after that, just once go just and what we did after that.
Yeah, so this is for GitHub pages, and for GitHub pages, this is the documentation that is being provided, and this is how you send a request to GitHub pages. Okay, and you can even use that gh command that you were talking about. This is gh command. You can authenticate that one, and you can even use that one. But, yeah, we are using request module to send a request, and we need honor. So yeah, over here this is path parameter means it comes in the URL. So this is the URL, right? So this honor and repo name, these are the path parameters. So that's what it's over here. Jivraj 18 is path parameter user, and then this is repo, which is also a path parameter, and then these one, which is body parameter, right? This comes in the payload, and this is being sent by key JSON is equal to JSON. Okay, now this doesn't have to be payload. This can be anything in your script, but this has to go via JSON key to GitHub. Okay, and now these parameters is what I have configured. I have set legacy to build type. That's because we are not deploying it via GitHub Actions. And then source, this is how I need to configure this, from which branch I need to push, and what is the repo location. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I will also give you this GitHub pages documentation. I think I shared that GitHub. Okay, somebody already shared, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool. So now let me just go here, and now I'm going to push some file to uh, repo. So takes a JSON array with object that have fields, name of the file and content of the file, and use GitHub API to push those files to repo. Takes repo name, and okay, so this takes repo name, and this another thing is content, which is list object. Yeah, I mean, should I call it content, or what else should I call it?
Files maybe.
I mean, if I call it files, it's just not files. It have file name and content as well. Okay, that's fine. Name I'm not worried about. So Okay, let's take whatever it have given us, and this is files and files. So what? Okay, this is headers, and it's picking headers from where it's getting headers. Headers are not defined here, right? Okay, I will get it from here, and this is headers. And yeah, this is contents endpoint. And now let's go here, and let's first check for what are the permissions that are required for using this particular endpoint, and if this usage is correct or not, whatever GPT have just generated. I mean, what this is trying to do is it's pushing file one by one. There can be better ways which you can use git CLI itself. Okay, but this is what I'm showing you right now.
Git CLI means on the command prompt.
Yeah, so can use git CLI to push. Yeah, so yes, from terminal you used to run git CLI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that same thing you can do over here as well. Uh, um,
Can you check here by going to the?
yeah, just I will show you usage of sub process module. And, yeah, you can figure out usage of sub process module. We are going to talk about the usage of sub process
But
module.
isn't sub-process, it's not a good way to do this. I
I
think
mean,
so.
I also think it's not good way, but that is another way.
Yeah.
I think this is clean way, much more cleaner.
No, the main thing is now that if we use sub-process, it will take system resources.
It won't take.
It will take system resources. Like we have to create the Git repo, then push it. I don't think many providers will allow that.
Yeah, because
What
you need
you-
to authenticate. You need to authenticate first. If we will use process, you need
Authentication
authentication.
and
I mean,
what
authentication. I think SSH setup, SSH setup.
Yeah,
can
that
be
would be a
done.
long process. Then.
Yeah, but
yeah, like I
it's a
don't
tedious
think so. Like,
process. I think this is cleaner.
yeah, this is cleaner, and I don't think so. Hosting services will allow that us to make Git repo and then push it.
I mean, I have never tried, but
No,
what
that is
what you
allowed. That is
suggest?
that's what
allowed.
I think.
What you suggest is
Heroku
that
don't. Heroku don't stop this.
keep the code directly on the GitHub, right?
No. I'm suggesting to use of Git CLI, which is Git push and all those things. I mean, you create a folder in your local machine, and then you
Yeah.
use that, and you use sub process to push it via Git CLI.
That is the CLI, no?
Yeah, that's the CLI way.
But here,
Actually, CPI
what we are using here?
I am showing you via API calls. I mean, I was telling that is alternate way.
Okay, that is not suggestible. Here we are using directly to write code on the GitHub page.
Not on GitHub page, it will push to your GitHub repo.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's.
From our machine, it will be pushed to GitHub.
Yes, from your machine, it will be pushed to GitHub.
For pushing to the GitHub, there are two ways. Either go to the machine and the CLI, and second way is
this one, which is using APIs.
okay, API. Okay. The second is API. You are suggesting API is good one, right?
Yeah. Now let's figure out if this usage is correct or not, which is for contents. So this contents.
It will be in the
inside
repository.
Yeah, it's inside the repository.
All right. Thanks a lot. And I think by searching here, it will directly take to endpoint repositories.
The tricky part here is if the file already exists, and in the round 2, when we will be making modifications, we have to get the blob SHA of the existing file.
You can also hard code the name and then you can use .cat content if you're using a provider.
Yeah, this is create or update contents. Create a new file or replace existing content, and then if you use endpoint and delete a file endpoint in the parallel, and then this is to convey and request. Okay. Okay. So these are the permissions that we need to set. Let's first update our token with these permissions. What are the permissions that we need? Which is contents must be right, and contents and workflow must be right. Okay, I don't
Content
know.
and content workflow both should be, all the three should be right.
I mean, these two are same, right?
Yeah,
Contents
It's
report.
saying at least one. It is saying you should have at least one. Workflow is optional.
Oh yeah.
the workflows permission is needed when we modify files inside .github/workflows.
Yeah.
Let us give both. Second one.
This is contents. I think first one is enough because we are not using workflows.
Right.
Yeah, but I can keep both.
Let us keep both. Huh?
And both of them set to be
Right.
right. And this one, so that where is the other one? Okay, that's already right. Update it. Now we have updated our token. Now let's verify the endpoint, which is it must have owner. Yeah, Jibraj 18 is there. Then repo name. Yes, it have got the repo name. Then path. Okay, it's going to contents and then a path of that file. Okay, yeah, this is cool. And then it must accept these headers they are recommending. Then in path, it's these three things which we already have. Then messages, whatever is the commit message, and then this content is also there. Yeah, content is also there. SHA required if you are updating the file. Okay, this we need if we are updating the file. The blob SSH. Yeah, it's a required field. Okay, so I think we'll also need to create one function to get the SHA of latest commit.
And I think if you do this, so you need to store the SHA also for the round.
Sorry, your voice is very low.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
If you're doing this way, like if you're using SHA, we are not using a provider, then we also need to store it into a dict, right?
We also need to store it
in a dict. We need to store it into the memory, now.
You are talking about SHA.
Yeah, because
I
in
mean,
future for
I
round
can
2.
get the SHA from API, I guess.
Yeah, you can, but
Yes.
But like for the first commit, we are getting the SHAs and returning it to the server. We can store that SHA now.
I mean, yeah, you can store it locally as well. And create some database and store, but I think this is EC1.
So why you need SHA?
Yeah, that is required if I want to update a file. That is if I want to update a file which is round 2, I need SHA. Okay.
Okay.
What is SHA? SHA is permission kind of thing of GitHub, right?
No, SHA is okay. I will.
What is
Yeah,
SHA? What
good
is
question.
SHA?
Yeah, I will tell you what is SHA. Okay, so I go to repositories, then I click here. This repo, you can see 14 commits are there.
Yeah.
Now all these commits are associated with some SHA. Okay, if I click over here, this is the SHA. This shows what was changed in that particular commit, and now any change you make, it creates a new SHA. This is required. Why? Because
Okay.
once you deploy it and you give us SHA, now if you change anything, uh, we will still be using your previous SHA. What can happen is you create the GitHub pages and then you edit it. So
Got it. Got it. Got
that's
it.
why we are asking SHA.
It is an identification of the update
Yeah, it is an identification of update.
in layman terms. Yep.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what is the way to get the SST? I don't know. Takes repo name and branch as the argument and returns the SSH of that using it. Yeah, that's cool.
How did you get this details? By what key you are using? Text repo name and branch. But this text you are getting from which shortcut key?
I mean, this auto-generated text.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm using Copilot.
Copilot. Okay,
Yeah, I have Copilot extension enabled.
okay, okay.
And that's why I keep on writing comments, and it directly reads that comment, and what I want to do, it just suggests. And then I validate whether that is correct or not. And yeah, all right, I think this would be correct. This will help us get the SHA. Now we need to call this function if we are updating the file. And okay, how do I know whether I'm updating the file or not?
That is according to the round. It's round one around. You just check the round.
That means I need to also pass round parameter to this function, right?
Yep. And you also, you also need to know, like, this approach is going when we are just having one file. There are no multi files. Like, it's just index.html and we are doing everything in one. There are more
No, it's
files.
capable of handling multiple files.
No, what? Then let's say the model decided to add another file, so we need to now add another workflow to check if the file is already there.
Yeah, we need to you first get the repository folders.
So it would be like very complex if we think about that. If we need to have multiple files, it can be done, but yeah, this logic won't be able to
Okay.
be done.
Okay. Let me ask one question to GPT. That's a cool thing. So, uh, is it possible to get tree structure of a
Yeah, that might be
GitHub
possible.
repo from GitHub API? If
It
that's
is
possible, then it's easy.
it is there on the same link, the same documentation page. The link is mentioned to get the contents of the repository.
You first need the SHA comment of the latest repository. Okay. And then get the tree, and it's saying this trees is what you go, and then it gets. And if you
No,
want to get the
it's a lot of
request,
added complexities. Let's say the LLMs decide to not use previous file and wants to delete it. So we need a workflow for that also. We need to confirm what LLM is wanting.
yeah, it's a bit what you're talking about. This is a bit complicated.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Uh,
But see, what I'm saying is like, let's say the LLM is decided to ditch one file. It
okay, I lost you.
Your voice is still.
His voice break.
am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Now
Yeah,
audible.
now you're audible.
Yeah, what I was saying is, let's say the LLM creates a file named index.html in the first round and index.css, and then another file index.js. Now, three files are there. In the next round, it switches to script.js and it creates a file script.js. Now, we need to understand that this is another file, it's linking differently, and then this refactoring, it's very complex because LLMs are not, predictable.
Okay,
Most of
okay,
the
yeah.
time.
So when we want to make a update to our existing GitHub repo, we need to feed the content of that repo to LLM. I think okay, then it's we don't even have to check this tree structure. We actually need to get the whole repo because we are
Yeah,
feeding it
that
back to
can be
LLM.
done, but I think LLMs are unpredictable. Like my experience is, even if you give them stuff, they do something.
I mean, if you
I
have a
think
strong prompt, it generates almost similar response. And by setting temperature parameter to 0 and having a strong
Yeah,
prompt.
temperature. Yeah, that's what the one thing that Gemini does.
I think what we can do is like feed the existing repo all the contents to the LLM, and then ask it to generate from scratch. And then what we can do is just clear out the whole repo and then put everything again.
Tokens, bro. Tokens will run.
Uh, but the thing is, it will consume a lot of tokens.
Tokens will run out. It's very expensive because you're using tier one Gemini API calls.
Yes, yes. But this is one of the solutions we can take.
Solutions, you can actually solve it if you have money. You can go to tier three
Yeah,
levels
you are
and finish it.
anyway going.
No, but
You,
anyway, we are creating
anyway,
a
you
new
need to
repo.
feed code to LLM, otherwise it won't understand what you are going, what needs to be changed, right?
Yeah, see, if we go with this approach, now we provide it on the tree, then the context will be very big because it has the context of whole GitHub. Then it has the context of what to do, what to not. So the context
No,
will
it
big.
has to. It must have context to at least JavaScript files, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be true because HTML that can be a junk. Like it can be in the repo, and a user can
And
manually delete it.
HTML directly update the HTML, I guess. Because
Yeah,
JavaScript
that can be
logic
done.
needs to be updated, whereas the HTML, whatever was your previous HTML,
Yeah, you can just refactor it.
just update that HTML blindly.
Yeah, I think people can try that, but for today's, I think we can just create one file and hard code it.
Yeah, sir. Sir, for the second round, we are making a new repo, or it's the same repo?
It's the same repo.
Acha.
Yeah. So okay, let's now not worry about getting this SHA and all these things, because in the second request, or else we can, yeah, by verifying the round, if it's the second request, we get everything, and then yeah, okay, round is good enough to identify this. If round is equal to 1, okay, this is round, it has to be 2, then get the SHA of latest commit, and repo name is what gets over there. Okay, and this is latest SHA, something like this. And then what is required is it must have that SHA and then committer. That is really required, committer.
It's not
Committer
required.
is
It will have default. It
automatically
has a default value, so it's not absolutely.
committer it defaults to the authenticated user, so we don't need that, I guess.
Yeah. And properties of author, name, email, and these are required fields. The name of the author or committer you will receive if this field is omitted. Okay,
You
this bit
don't
I
you don't need
will leave.
committer. You don't need committer. If you leave the field empty, it will default to the admin. It means your personal. You can see it's defaulted. The committer in the body.
Okay, this is default. Yeah, okay, that's cool then. We don't need that as well. So the only thing that we need is this SHA, if that exists or not.
And the content.
So this is latest SHA is if that is round 2, then you get that. Else latest SHA is none. And yeah, while creating this JSON, instead of having it here, maybe payload, and payload I will define here. And this will also have if latest commit, then payload. Yeah, that's it. And if that repo doesn't exist, then it raises this exception, then it goes over there. I think yeah, this code flow is okay, looks good to me. And we are going to push this out. Now we are running this function from round 1, which is we are pushing these files from here, and it needs repo name, round, and then files. Okay, so repo name is this one. then files, and then round is fun. Okay, so files is equal to, this is what gets generated by LLM. So in LLM call, I will just hard code now. Hard code with a single file for now.
This will require a lot of system prompting.
Sorry?
This will require a lot of system prompting at the current structure.
This write a code with LLM, right?
Yeah, this will require a lot of system prompting.
Yeah, it will require a lot of system prompt and then usage of APIs. That's why I'm not discussing this bit right now.
Yeah.
I'm just hard coding. In some other session, we'll have to integrate it with to generate code from LLM.
Cool project.
Huh?
It's a very cool project. Like what I've done currently, it's just one file and hard code.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this writes out the code. Yeah. This one I don't need. And in round two, I'm not worried about round two at all. Anything is fine. Right now we are just focused about round one itself. In round two, this create repo won't be there, and I think this enable. Okay, do I need to enable GitHub pages again if I
No,
push something? It will by default enable, right?
Yeah, it's enabled once.
This function also I will not require
I've
to
never
call.
tried. I've never tried. It might be true. You don't need to call it again. It auto does it. It sees, it tracks the push, right? It tracks the push in the main.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is index.html. And did we delete that index.html? Let me check that out. If not, I will just copy the content of that HTML itself.
Where is the index.html?
Yeah, it's in my GitHub repo that I pasted earlier, right?
If you delete, then another round two, what will happen in round two?
No, I am going to delete it from this website, GitHub web version, so that I can show you it's able to push from my this script. We are not worried about round two as of now. Okay, round two is just pass.
Okay, delete it again. You want to push, right?
Yeah. Now I want to see if I am able to push it via APIs and whether it publishes that page.
Correct. Delete it and then again check it.
Yeah. So this is going to be index.html, and this is fine. I mean, okay, this is not the cleanest way to put files like this. That's okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that right now. So I think this will work. And instead of this, let me put this is a test page. This is a test page generated by, I mean, what should I say? I mean, pushed by
LLM for round one.
Pushed by LLM for round one. Yeah. Okay, so now let's test this. We already have created, we already have enabled. Now let's push these files and hopefully it works. I have made changes to the server, so I will have to enable it again. It gets 422. Content is not valid base 64.
We need to convert it to base 64 before passing it to API.
Yeah, got you. I will have to import base 64 and convert that.
Yep.
64, and this has to be base 64 converted. Okay, yeah,
what is this base 64?
Okay, yeah. So what happens is we cannot pass file content like this in APIs. So that's why we convert it to base 64,
Okay.
which is just a transformation. It takes this code and it converts it into a string.
Okay, got it.
So now
Format
I
is
don't know
different.
what was the way to use base64 module. Uh, okay.
Base 64 is an encoder, right? It encodes the string.
It encodes, yeah. So it takes this code and it encodes that code, and I don't want to decode it back. I think this shall work now. Okay, and I don't. Yeah, I will have to delete that file. That's because this index.html is already present over here, and I'm not in round 2 as of now.
Yeah, it's a conflict then.
Or else I can change this round to round 2. Okay, but then it will call that another function.
You
Okay,
get rid
okay, yeah,
all
let
that
me
stuff.
delete it once.
Delete the index file.
What was the way to delete files from UI? Is there a way to delete files from UI? I never did that.
Go to the file and then
There
you,
is it's really in a very awkward position to do it.
yeah, open this file and then we can delete it.
Okay, I have opened this file, and then where shall I click?
3 dots.
Yeah,
Three
the
dots.
3
and
dots.
Scroll and
yeah,
delete.
scroll it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Last one.
Got you. Okay, now we have deleted this file, and this server is running. Uv runs and task.py, and it have again got the internal server error. Object of the type bytes is not JSON serializable. Okay, that's from which part it have got that. FastAPI application
Hey, the
headers.
payload is the payload. Are you sending in the content? I think when you're uploading, what's the payload? Is it correct?
Okay, let me check.
It is a not
Yeah,
payload.
It's
Yeah.
No, just for getting the SHA, I guess. Is it?
Getting a SHA? No, we are running it in the round 2.
Yeah. The payload
Otherwise,
message.
it's none. And
Yeah,
if
it's
it's
not.
none, we are not putting that. So I don't know what this whole thing is about. But it's coming from this line, which is from line number 95, which is this request itself. It's coming. Object. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I will just pass this function to directly
Yes,
GPT.
in
And
the next session, you sir prepare it first. Taste yourself so that we can learn from.
okay, yeah, let's do it now, and I will take help from GPT to update or fix the
Yeah,
code
yeah.
if we can do it quickly.
And one question.
Yeah.
Suppose we are able to do this, generate this GitHub, okay, pages. Then what percentage of the project is done? In your view?
In my view, it's then about LLM writing code. That's the only part that is left. Other parts, most of it, I have already done in this session.
No.
Others who have tried can back me up on that.
My question is, what percentage of this content of the whole project creation of
What?
this GitHub pages, and the second one is the automatic round 2, right? The half, is it 50% of this project?
Oh, it also needs dot encode and then the UTF-8, the encoding unit. You have not done that. I guess.
No.
I mean,
You
it's
can see
a scaffolding
Mine.
for project. You still need LLM to write the code.
Okay.
that's the most interesting part, which we will be demoing in some other session.
I think in the B64 you have not written dot encode, and the encoding you need to go with like UTF-8 or ASCII. I think that's one.
Sir, how much time we are left with this meeting?
You can see it's in the else dot encode UTF-8.
Yeah, okay, got you what you are trying to say. Over here, I need to pass the encoding
No,
method.
not here. After the second bracket, after the content, B64 encode, and then after the content. Actually, you can encode here only now. You can remove encoding from line number 110.
And do over there.
Yeah, that would be it. It would look easy.
Okay, let's do that. And I'm going to copy this whole function. I can just directly copy this function, right?
I think so. I think it's doing the round 2 also. It's matched up the round 2. You can go with the else one. File content is equal to base 64.b64.
Yeah, this bit I need to copy.
Yeah.
If it's a string, I still encode to base 64 and then decode it back to UTF. Okay.
Well, I used a provider, so I didn't have to worry about all this.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is what goes here, and rest of it shall be fine. Probably now we should be able to use it. Yay, I think it's being created.
It's created.
Okay, it's running this GitHub action as well. I mean, that is for the
GitHub action would run because that's how pages got deployed.
Okay, then it's cool. In round 2, we don't have to run the GitHub action.
Yeah, we won't.
And when I say GitHub action, that is for deploying pages.
I've shared a little link that this app also did, the one I created in the meet. If you can check that out, like it's very cool what Gemini came up with.
Yeah, I will check it once. Let me first test the pages deployment.
Yeah, that's all.
Sir, how much time we are left with this meet?
Okay, that's cool. We have managed to get it from here. Okay, so yeah, this is it that I wanted to discuss today. Round 2 is not. I will encourage you guys to put in code for round 2.
Which code? This one.
I mean, for round 2, you guys create code. That's what I'm telling. And for round 1,
first we have to learn round 1, sir. You created round 1, no? We did not.
Yeah. But you have already learned, right? When I created.
No, I have not learned. I just seen it. Without doing, how can I
learn?
You
have to write
sir,
it
you were learning. Sir, you were learning. We were not learning.
Okay,
because most of what I'm telling is that we are the beginners. So you have to create a way so that a good teacher is that who can get the student to learn. Okay, so create the way so that you can explain at the level of that. Somebody
so
may
today
be knowing.
It went well, right? Session went well, I guess.
Yeah, session is very well, but what is happening is that you are doing and switching fast. We are not able to see, but you decide this is okay, this is okay. You have to explain why this is okay. What you seen on that page. It may take time. I know that. If it is a time bound, then it may take time. I'm just telling my problem. The problem is that
Shrikant, today I showed you most of the things, right?
Yeah, I see. I will try in the most of the. I'm not telling what I'm telling. I'm feeling is that you did well. You created one thing. I will try to do that, but maybe I'm not able to do that. That is a different thing. But at least I should understand how to do that.
Yeah. So you have understood now, right?
Yeah, I do. I understood. I will try because that's why I asked in the beginning. I could not be able to do that in parallel. So I will do again, going to the video again. Again, I will go to the video and I will do that. I will try it. That's why I'm telling. just before doing anything, suppose you demonstrate the steps. This is the minimal steps required. If it is help required, we will go to the chat GPT, we will go elsewhere, we will ask somebody. But a simpler path is required. Na? This is the path to go there. This today session was very good because we created something, and the second session was also you did and created this action. So,
Okay.
what I
Hello,
mean to say,
sir, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I am not able to access the 30th September recording. Is it there in the YouTube, or when are you going to upload?
30th September, I think it's already there. Let me check it once, which is YouTube Studio.
And sir, I have a doubt from 27th session. Can I ask you now?
Yeah, just let me check if 30th recording is here. Yeah, 30th recording is here.
Or maybe you uploaded today.
Yeah, it's been uploaded today.
Okay. And sir, can I cast my screen to show you that my doubt?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Ashutosh, you can ask. Let me first confirm if anyone have any doubts related to what we have done today.
Yeah, sir. Sir, can we get a GitHub repo link for today's code that all you wrote?
I will have to ask if I can share this code or not.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, this code will be helpful if you give, then we will do it again for that.
Yeah, I'm happy to give you, but I will have to
No,
check
but
it once.
you ask it, you take permission. If it is permissible, then share. Otherwise, we will do going through the videos. It will take so much time, step by
Yeah,
step.
we can always go through the video also.
Yeah, you can go through the video and hand type it.
No, we will type by hand, but your switching is very fast, no? So we have to run in 0.5.
That's why we can always rewatch the video, right, at any speed.
Okay.
Okay, so this is having single page site terminal. Okay, okay, what it does?
It's basically portfolio type stuff. You can also write clear to see the 3JS in the back. Like if you'd like to clear the whole thing, clear, and then you can hover on the image because it creates a very good texture effect.
What is this single page terminal? This?
It's a thing created by this TDS app that we are doing in the project. Like I have passed a brief and a test case, and it created this site.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised that ChatGPT is able to do this. No, Gemini is able to do this because of this.
So used like ChatGPT's API.
No, I use Gemini. I use Gemini because Gemini gives around 30,000 rupee free credit.
No,
पेपर लगा के मेरे कितने मार्क्स आ सकते हैं 50 40 प्लस टेलिंग में देगा भूख लगे लाइट्स आते हैं
May I?
Yes, you can ask now if you want to ask.
This page, single page site terminal.
Sir, here this one. When I am doing this commands, Jupyter and Olama, when I am trying to link, and after all that, when I am in this page particularly, when I am this stage, so it is showing this error. I am not able to run this code.
Okay, and are you able to access this same model from? It's problem with the model.
Up to this stage, everything is fine. But after I am not able to run this particular code and this.
So do you understand from error why you are not able to understand? You are not able to run.
Sir, didn't get you. Can you repeat?
Yeah. So do you understand from the error why it gets this error to you?
Sir, no, sir, because
What does that mean?
sir, I tried to ask GPT and it said that Gemma is not installed, so I installed that also, but still.
How did you install Gemma? I mean, I'm just trying to understand what you did.
So here I wrote code over here only in the terminal. I installed Gemma and then it got installed.
Yeah. I mean, what is the terminal command that you executed?
But I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Can you ask one thing? Can you open your GPT and ask it that Olama is running on port 11434? I wanted to know which all models are installed. Can you ask it to GPT?
Sir. So this one I run this Olama this one, and still it is not. Okay, let me ask the one you
First,
said.
ask it what is the command to uh, get the list of all the models that is installed.
I think it's related to
The
the
thing is, you are running Olama inside a Podman container, so you need to get inside the Podman container and then run Olama pull Gemma.
Yeah, I think so. This is for the GA2, right? Because I don't think the project requires us to deploy Olama.
Isn't it is not in the project? This part?
I mean, local Olama setup is not there in the project.
Okay. Then it is.
Can you run Podman ps command? No. Okay.
What should I do now? Hello?
Please check the chat box.
Okay.
After pull, you need to write the name of the model. No, write the model name.
After pull.
Yeah, space Gemma 3 to 270 million.
Gemma 3270.
No, right. You missed the
There is a M. There is a M in the end. There is a M in the end. 270M.
Okay.
I think that's the parameters, number of tokens it's trained on.
It's ran.
TDS is a very practical course, I think. Like everything is just practical.
Everything is practical here, but I think.
So this part you all guys did, right?
Well, I didn't install Olama to my personal system, but yeah.
So this was only problem with my system or your also?
I didn't install Olama on my personal system. I was not into the session.
What you were doing was running Olama inside a container, and but the inside the container you didn't install the model.
Okay.
Guys, you guys can talk with each other and help each other. I'm just leaving this call.
Okay, sir.
Sir, take the permission if possible.
Yeah, I will ask if I can